Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are doing great staying at home. My dear students, our parents always try their best to give us the best brought up all over the world. And once we grow up, then we need a trained skill to survive in this world. That trained skill, in fact, is known as the profession. The survival which is required by a trained skill. Why that trained skill is required? For a living. That trained skill which is required for a living is known as profession. In today's class, we are going to talk about two of the professions. And the first and the foremost profession is teaching. Yes, I am glad to explain this topic as it's about us. The word teacher, there is a word in Sindhi language which is used, that is akhund. The word akhund is used in Sindhi language, that is our language, for a teacher. In fact, this word is referred from Persian language word Khandan. From where is it referred? It is referred from a Persian language word Khandan. And in Persian language, the word Khandan means is to read. It is said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has selected the teacher because teacher has the ability to read the inscribed words which is written on the hearts of human beings. God says, I have written the divine words on the heart of the human being, and it is only the teacher who can describe these words. So, following the Persian language words Khandan, I would like to mention one of the revelation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the first word of that revelation is Iqra. Is Iqra. The word Iqra means is to read. The word Iqra means is to read. So that is why teacher is considered a very noble and respectable profession all over the world, as the teacher follows the command of divine law. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Iqra, read, and it is only a teacher who makes a child read. Therefore, it is considered a very noble profession even in Islam as well. Teacher cultivates personal and professional qualities. Teacher doesn't only teach the students, but teacher motivates the students and prepare the students for their future as well. Most of the students are full of qualities, but their qualities are hidden. It is only the teacher which makes them eligible and which makes them to come up with those skills which is hidden inside them. So that is how teacher cultivates the personality of a student by emerging their hidden talent. Foremost quality of a teacher, he appreciates his profession. Yes, my dear student, unless a teacher doesn't understand the value and the worth of his profession, nobody can understand the value of that profession. So it is the teacher who appreciates his profession, who knows the worth of his profession, and by valuing this profession, who always keeps their students' interest high. Prefer students and their interest. Yes, my dear students, I think the current era is the perfect example that a teacher always prefer the interest of the student. Yes, nowadays teacher is facing, due to lockdown, teacher is facing many of the problems, but it is the teacher who always keeps updating about the study to the student by learning a new way, by learning any latest way for the students. So it is the teacher who keep always the students' interest high, that what is beneficial for the students. Respects a human being, as teacher himself has been selected by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and teacher is the one who takes a child from the earth to the sky. So it is the first quality of a teacher, that teacher respects every human being. Teacher respects every child and gives him confidence in every way. Islam has paid considerable attention for the teacher. As I told you, why Islam consider so much to this profession of teacher? Why? Because Ikra, that is the divine God, that is the divine order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that means to read. And who does this job? A teacher. It is a teacher who makes a child to read. That is why Islam considered teaching a very noble profession. And the cause of guiding and developing behavior and mentalities of individual and communities. Yes, it is a teacher who develops a community, because teacher does not teach only a single child, but teacher teach a community by teaching many of the years and many of the students in a single class. So that is how teacher is the source to establish a community. Now it's into the hand of the teacher that how teacher establishes the society and in which direction teacher takes the society. So I believe teacher is a very responsible profession as well of a society. Teacher is supposed to be full of the qualities. The first quality which I believe a teacher should have, that is a thirst of knowledge. A teacher should have a thirst of knowledge. Teacher should be always a good student. Yes, my dear student, a good teacher is always a good student. If once a teacher stops learning, then a teacher stops teaching as well, because learning is boundless and there is no end for learning. So a good learner can be a good teacher. So teacher always keeps updating themselves by acquiring the latest knowledge for their subjects and the technologies as well, you can say, considering nowadays. Best teacher is the one who deals the student at their place, who understand the mind of each and every student in the classroom. Another quality of a teacher, whatever a teacher preaches to their student, he always tries to implement in their own way as well. He always tries to implement in their own life as well. My dear student, that was the act of our Prophet, peace be upon him. Whatever he was preaching, he was implementing in his life as well. Therefore, we always take our Prophet, peace be upon him, as a perfect teacher. Therefore, I believe it is a teacher who is following the footsteps of our Prophet, peace be upon him. We can find numerous examples in the life of Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, his family and his companion, where they have highlighted the value of a teacher. Yes, it was Prophet, peace be upon him, and his companion who highlighted the importance of a teacher as well. Have confirmed their higher status. Not only this, but there are also various ayah of the Holy Quran which highlights the importance of a teacher. Teacher is a respectable and a responsible job. My dear students, there doesn't end the things about the teaching. I think there is a lot to say about the teaching, but considering the lesson, I would be moving on to another profession as well. The another profession is not less than in any importance of teaching, and that is fishing. You must be thinking, how can it be such important like teaching profession as well? There are, if we consider, there are about 3/4 of the earth. 3/4 of the earth is covered with water. 3/4 of the earth is covered with water. 3/4 part of the earth is covered with water, and this water is full of delicious food. Yes, that the delicious seafood. But how can we achieve those delicious food on our dining table? There is a long story behind it, and the long efforts by the fisherman. So 3/4 part of the earth covered with water, and the 3/4 part of the covered with water. River and oceans are filled with the fisheries. Proper feeding system they have inboard. My dear students, what does fisherman do? Fishermen sometimes avail a big boat, sometimes have small boat, and by taking the big boat, they go to the middle of the sea and then they do the fishing, and they go to the small boats. When they go to the small boats, they go by the coast as well, but they never stop fishing. Although they face lots of troubles and the problems due to rough weather as well. Even lots of fishermen lost their lives for catching the fishes, as it's their profession and they never want to give up their profession, and they are very much sincere to their professions. In Pakistan, there are two modes of fishing are followed. One of them is inland fishing and the other is sea life or marine fishing. Inland or freshwater fishing. Inland fisheries. What are the inland fisheries? Inland fisheries are the commercial fishing. Inland fisheries are the commercial fishing operations taking place. In this inland fishing, there is a freshwater fish. My dear students, it is said that the freshwater fish is quite small but is very much delicious in taste. For the inland fishing, they go usually to the sea water. They usually go to the sea water, and they don't have such a big resources in inland fishing, but the fish which they catch by this is very much helpful to them and is very much delicious. And let me clear one thing, inland fisheries caught fish are more demanded in the market. Let's talk about another kind of fishes, that is marine fisheries. Marine fisheries is a culture of fishes in marine waters. In other words, capturing and culturing the fishes of oceans and seas is called marine fishes. Yes, there are many of the fishes. Now it is something high in the level, or the fishermen usually use big boats and they go into the middle of the sea and they go very far, and lake ponds were the part of the inland fisheries, but now the sea and the big sea usually the part of the marine fisheries. They go for the marine fisheries and they can easily catch every kind of fishes there. My dear students, we usually enjoy on our dining table very scrumptious dishes made by the fish. But have you ever thought what the dangers a fisherman facing? Yes, Arabian Sea along the coast usually is used for the fishing in Pakistan. But it is also a very danger as well. We never know when the rough weather fisherman is going to face. Weather turns very rough and boats are at the mercy of the unpredictable weather. Although government has taken many of the steps in fisheries, government has given the loan to the fishermen to buy a very advanced boats which has all the facilities for the fishermen. Besides then, the government is providing the net at a very low price through which they can easily catch many of the fishes at once. Fisher harbor and fish markets are set up. Fishermen really need to catch to the fish markets as well and set up. Unless or until they have a good market, they cannot sell their fishes as well. So therefore, they need a proper market for the fishing as well. And the government has established a fishery training institute and a fishery technological laboratory established there. And last but not the least, I would like to tell a very interesting thing. Fishes are not only used for eating as well, but there are many other uses of the fish as well. By fish, we can make glue, manure and liver oil. Manure is a fertilizer which is used to increase the quality of a soil, and that is used for the fertilization. But my dear student, we can never ignore the bitter truth of the marine life, as our marine life is getting spoiled day by day. People are throwing oil, chemical in the sea, and that is spoiling our marine life, and we are getting deprived day by day by the seafood. So this was our today's lesson. Besides this lesson, I would like to move on to the exercise. There is an exercise at A and B at page number 9. I would like you to attend these exercise besides the documents. Fi aman Allah, take care.